Say the next game is always the most important. That's really the case this week. Just talk about the circumstances.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Super excited for the opportunity this weekend. You got one of the best teams in the country that's going to come into a sold-out Kinnick Stadium. Huge opportunity, and I know we're all super excited. I'm super excited personally. Super big game. So,
What impresses you the most about their offense that you've seen?
I think similar to Penn State, like they got a lot of great athletes. I don't think there's a position where they don't have a great athlete. So I think that's probably one of the bigger things that they got players that can make plays under a lot of different circumstances. So,
what's Dante Moore do well?
He does a lot well, but I think definitely his pocket presence is really good. Finding his way out of pressures and things like that. He finds a way to escape tough situations and extend plays for them, which is good. So,
is Kenny part of the scout at all? Just since he played with him way back when.
Did they play together? I didn't know
they played
that.
the King. Yeah.
We got a lot
so
of D linemen that rotate in there. So, yeah.
Another network game, middle of the afternoon, a lot of eyes. Do you guys talk about just being on stages like that? Because that's such a huge part of college football, being on those big network games.
Yeah, I think we're just more focused on us and the things that we can control. All those things are good and nice, but ultimately it comes down to how we prepare and how we play on Saturday. So, like I said, it's not a huge deal for us. More just focused on how we can go out and compete on Saturday. So,
does how you guys played against Indiana give you confidence you can hang with these guys and make it a full quarter game?
Yeah, certainly. I think the guys in the locker room have the belief that we can compete with anybody. We've had that since the beginning of fall camp. So, certainly, not scared, and we're focused on, how we can play well and, do the things to go out there and put a W on the board. So,
you mentioned their athletes. Oregon's known for speed. Like, how do you feel like you guys' speed matches up with theirs?
I mean, we definitely got great speed guys as well. So, I think we match up just fine. So.
What was a big emphasis for you guys during the bye week?
Definitely a lot of rest and recovery, and then also started the game plan a little bit on Oregon and look at them, like I said, just get a little jump start. So I'd say those were the two main focuses for us.
Schematically, what do they do that challenges your defense?
They got a lot of moving pieces. They got guys that'll play. They got tight ends that they'll put in the backfield, things like that. Definitely a lot of things that we have to prepare for, but I feel like the coaches have done a great job so far, starting through the bye week and up to today's practice. They've done a great job of preparing us for those things.
When you watch Kenyon Sadiq on tape, what stands out to you about him as a tight end?
Like I said earlier, really good athlete. He flies around the field, plays well. He's tough to tackle in open space, so definitely a challenge that we got to prepare for and be ready to go on Saturday. So,
what did Wisconsin do well against them? I mean, they kind of held them in check, I guess. Were you able to observe what they did that you guys can maybe replicate?
I think the biggest thing that stuck out to me is they had dudes just flying around the field. You got guys just coming from one side of the field all the way to the other and making a big play on the sideline. So I think that's the biggest thing that stuck out to me watching that tape is how they flew around in the first half, and schematically may not have always been right, but made up for it with some of those effort plays. So,
are you still getting all the 1 reps?
Just focus on my preparation right now. Okay. So that stuff comes down to the coach's decisions and all that, but I just focus on how if I'm the guy out there, how I can be ready and to go and play my best Saturday. So.
The word around Iowa City is, the word around the state of Iowa is this is the biggest game in Kinnick in at least 4 years, if not more like 10 years, 15 years. Is that something you talk about in the locker room, on the practice field? This is as big of a game as we've ever played here?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bit of that, but also we treat every single game the same. No matter who you're playing, if it's the first game of the year, a game like this, like we treat them all the same. So we know every team can beat us. We know that we can beat every team. So ultimately, it comes down to just being prepared and ready to go come game day.